I'm Isis Romero, and this is the news in San Antonio. A new resource is now open in Kerrville to help flood survivors rebuild. FEMA, the state, and the Small Business Administration are offering one-on-one help. And it's not just for homeowners, renters, small business owners, and anyone in Kerr County dealing with a disaster-related loss can stop in. Volunteers are also serving meals to first responders.
It's the strength of these communities. I saw it in North Carolina. I'm seeing it here. Everyone has that hope and faith that everything's going to be okay. Everyone I've talked to today, they're just praising God and thanking Jesus for everything that He has done for them and for everything He is doing. I have not seen a stronger faith community since I was in North Carolina.
The Disaster Recovery Center will be open daily from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. No appointment is needed. In Ingram, search and rescue efforts are not stopping. Sifting through debris, crews are also finding belongings that were swept away by the floods. Rania Kaur shows us the damage and the efforts underway.
Here in Ingram, hundreds of first responders are searching miles for those still missing. Combing through debris, they're utilizing whatever they can to help bring families closure. Search and rescue teams break out in 4 to 8 mile sections, leaving not a single stone unturned as they continue combing through the area. An active emergency scene, you'll see first responders even via horseback. Destruction is evident all along the Guadalupe River as the flood even sent boats through trees.
This bridge was actually washed out during the destruction, all the guardrails and everything. So the flood wiped it out. We do have restricted access down here. We have DPS patrolling and stationed down here, making sure that no unauthorized personnel are down here.
There's an overwhelming amount of first responders in the area. They're also finding personal belongings, which they say will eventually be at Ingram Old Band Hall for families to recover. This area, they say, will continue to be an active emergency area. At this point, it's unclear when the recovery phase will begin. In Ingram, I'm Rania Kaur, KENS 5.
VFW Post 1480 in Kerrville was greatly impacted by the flooding. Now they're serving as a hub for relief. Zach Briggs shows us how people from across the hill country and the state are doing their part to help out.
It's times of tragedy.
Unity. Together we could make it.
When you see the strength of humanity at full force.
It breaks your heart a little bit there, you know. It's awesome. These people are beautiful. Everybody's beautiful, man.
Army veteran Luis Arteaga and his buddies are ready to deploy.
Assisting with the cleanup and search. We're here to do our best just to help the community and give it our shot. We'll be here until it's done.
VFW Post 1480, nestled along the Guadalupe River, bouncing back after being flooded on Friday. The building now a warehouse of leadership and service. Mountains of comfort and supplies pack this room. Everything sorted by community members, including those who lost loved ones in the floods.
You're seeing all the community efforts and supplies necessary to run a humanitarian mission. We have items from law enforcement and search and recovery equipment.
Helping facilitate this operation, State Representative Josie Garcia of San Antonio and her team. With debris piles scattered along the Guadalupe, there's an urgent need to equip search crews with the proper equipment.
What's stopping our search efforts is we have dogs that are hitting on certain debris piles along the river, but these debris piles are up to 10 to 15 feet high. It's like a cement structure, so you think we need pickaxes, hatchets, chainsaws. We've even been using machetes, but right now we really need chainsaw blades. We need replacements.
Now, the VFW Post will be taking donations from 11 to 7 every day for the foreseeable future. We've heard from a lot of people about terrifying moments of survival and heartbreak. And some groups are now offering free mental health support. Earl Stoudemire explains.
The K-Star Counseling Center and New Hope Counseling Center are two businesses in Kerrville offering free services to help anyone impacted by last week's flooding. K-Star counselors will be at the Doyle Community Center today and tomorrow from 10:30 to 3 p.m. Its program manager, Jose Garcia, says they started planning as soon as the flood moved in.
It's not anything in regards to a stigma of, oh, I shouldn't be talking about my mental health. You need to be talking about your mental health. That's especially during a tragedy like this.
Since Friday, Garcia says he's noticed a heightened sense of anxiety across the community.
You're hearing the helicopters, the sirens, the game wardens driving by, DPS driving by, and of course it's overwhelming for any individual, even for people that work in the mental health aspect. So you have to talk about it, because if you bottle it in, one day you're gonna have an anxiety attack and it's gonna hit you out of left field and you're not gonna know how to get through it.
You can also call the 24/7 Hill Country Mental Health and Developmental Disability Center hotline at 877-466-0660. For additional free resources, head to kens5.com. In Kerrville, Earl Stedemeyer, KENS 5.
A local food truck is feeding first responders and providing blessings along the way. Rania Kaur introduces us and takes a look at the volunteer operation.
Bright and early.
I don't want anyone to be shy about coming and eating, because we want to feed everyone, no matter what.
Shauna Foster is making over 100 breakfast sandwiches for first responders and whoever needs a meal.
It's just devastating. The whole town feels it. Like anyone you run into, it's just like a big hug and it's the best community. I mean, I don't know. Try not to get upset.
At Shims Be Blessed, it's a round-the-clock operation.
It can happen anywhere.
For free.
I mean, I never dreamed something like this would happen here, but it's just, I don't know. It's just amazing that not only Kerrville, but everybody else is carrying too what we're going through and loss.
Donations from locals around Texas and around the country have been allowing them to bless others.
And so as long as that's happening, we'll keep doing it. Because it doesn't end this week, it doesn't end in a month. It's gonna take a while to build up again.
For where you can find Shims Be Blessed Catering, just head to our website, kens5.com, and click on this story. In Kerrville, I'm Rania Kaur, KENS 5.
And that's the news in San Antonio.